The exercise that we've just gone through is us sitting here at tables as individual groups, trying to understand who we are as a congregation.
That's my pillow, if I can.
What is it that we hold very close to our hearts that really define our identity? And as we expected, not everybody's list is the same. Okay, but what I want to do now is I want to go through and I want each table, bless you, to explain kind of what they've come up with and why they've come up with it. So you guys can draw straws, arm wrestle, Indian leg wrestle, or do whatever you got to do to decide who's going to talk. But then I want us to go through and understand what each group has come up with. And then what I want us to do is I want us to really come together as a group and decide for ourselves what our core values are. Now, I can tell you right off the bat that it is not going to be a laundry list of everything that we have on all these charts. But it'll be some sort of subset. And it'll be something that we, as a congregation, hold dear to us. Okay? So let's go with the first table if we can. Do you want to explain what you have on there? Well, Anita, thank you for volunteering.
You're welcome. I'm sure you will. All right. We kept it really high level, and because we felt like a lot of stuff falls underneath. So we've got Lutheran doctrine, that includes our worship, Bible study, our preschool, marriage, and family, because that falls under what we believe as the LCMS church. Relationships, we've got prayer, serving others, and serving others, we've got subsets of externally with our mission work, and internally how we support our own congregational members with meals, emotional support, financial support. And then we felt like one of our core values, we've said, this is a very generous congregation who support our congregation and then support others outside when we do, like supporting the preschool family that's not a member of our church, or the free will offering that we take different times for different things, or even, gosh, all the stuff we bring to support, that's kind of under missions as well, but that's kind of externally. Anyway, that's it.
All right, thank you. All right, who's next? Who's the next table?
Who's the next table?
Oh, no.
So what is it? Everybody has to go touch their nose or something?
I'm not good at that. Some of the same things, start with Lutheran doctrine, as evidenced by worship, LCMS pastor, Bible studies, and so forth, similar to some of the things we've got over here. Second one is focusing on Christ-centered worship, the liturgy, the music, the confession, the Lord's Supper. Add a third one there, Christian marriage and family, because strong to stand on, so we didn't lump it into the Christian doctrine, or Lutheran doctrine, but supporting the biblical principles and extended family and fellowship that we all value is important here. And our fourth one was Christian growth. We have the preschool, the Bible studies, and fellowship, and so forth. And we did identify one aspirational value as well, and that's evangelism and outreach, something we'd like to do, but we're certainly not doing a good job of it today.
Okay, good, thank you.
Good.
Even when you come. We put Lutheran doctrine, we said the catechism, Lutheran confessions, and in the catechism, of course, there's so much more. Christ-centered worship, we said we want the Lord's Prayer, we want the communion prayers of the church, we like the creeds and the absolution. We're gifted, we had another one, we had prayer change, portals of prayer, human care and mercy work, meals for invalids or those who are operations, things like that, rides to appointments, food drives, drives for the Opportunity Center, and respite care. I don't know how to spell respite, but anyway. Respite care.
Respite care. I used to take mother to respite care.
All right, who's next?
Well, we tried to formulate our things in the sense that you put them on your PowerPoint. You know, we believe certain things to try to clarify that. So we started. we started with Lutheran doctrine, and we said, we believe that the Lutheran confessions provide a faithful understanding of God's Word, and we actively encourage each other and teach Luther's small catechism as a basis for practicing Christian life. And then we also had something we didn't get a chance to write down, which was prayer. We said, we believe that prayer is an essential part of our relationship with God and with each other, and we encourage each other to be faithful in personal and corporate prayer. And then we were starting to get something on Christ-centered worship, but we didn't finish.
So you guys are going to go add to what you got up there?
Sorry?
You're going to add to what you have up there?
We will send it to you in an email.
I'll be looking for it.
What we thought was that you had wanted us to make a statement. Make a statement of what we believe, so that, and this was what I interpreted, so that if we were to post these out on the bulletin board at the mall, people would know exactly whether they would fit at Ascension Lutheran Church.
Yeah, I mean, whatever we come up with as the core values, we're pretty much going to have to do what this table did with number 1. Okay, we're going to have to make it flow so people understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Who has the next one?
Here.
It must be this table, they're all staring at each other. It works.
Go, Mike.
All right, we started with Christ-centered, and how do we do that with our Bible study and our Sunday school and our worship services? We have liturgical worship. We use the Lutheran hymnal and we use the order of worship that comes with it. Our music is liturgical, traditional classical Lutheran music, and we use vestments, opposed to some other who don't. Yeah. For mission and outreach, we have our preschool course and our support for Isweta. Personal and corporate prayer. Top of the list was our prayer chain. We started end all our meetings with prayers, and every Sunday we have the general prayer with corporate intercessions, and then nurturing and caring for others, and we again put support for Isweta, and that's kind of where we ended.
Great. Thank you. All right, who's next?
Come on, Andy. Oh, Donna's gone.
I think I'm fired because we left off preschool. Okay, for core values, we have caring, and we put down helping hands, which is what we used to do several years ago. And people, whenever a prayer chain went out for prayer for somebody, if they needed a meal or a death in the family, what can we do? And then we put prayer, the prayer chain, steadfast. We put enduring. It's a Bible-based. We're Christ-centered. Fellowship, there were several things there. Game night, Oktoberfest, New Year's Eve dinner, potlucks table, ladies' night out, Bible study. Spiritual, we put Bible study groups and fruits of the Spirit.
Okay. Okay. So like I said, as we look at these, though, there's some general themes that have come out of this, right? So as we try to, I guess I'm going to need my scribe again. Thank you, Regina. So as we look through all of these, what are some of the themes you see? Okay, Lutheran doctrine, okay, that our adherence to Lutheran doctrine. And I really like what this table said as to how it is we do this.
He had a ringer.
He had a ringer.
No. Yes, they did.
this is where you say, Marisa, you're supposed to support me too.
That's just whining.
Okay? And so, okay, I think we can say our adherence to Lutheran doctrine. All right, I think is one that really comes true. All right, what's the next thing that kind of jumps out as we look at all of these? Prayer is a very important aspect of our ministry, whether it be prayer for our church, our community, our nation, or our world, or individuals.
We have a statement.
What's that?
We have a statement.
Oh, he's got a statement? You're going to email it to me. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think prayer really jumps out. So just put prayer and then say, see Rick. All right. What else kind of jumps out as sort of you put them all together?
Isn't it kind of relationships? The way we serve each other? I don't know. Is that kind of...
Well, the relationships, I think, kind of comes through. You've got the nurturing and care for others. You've got human care and support. You got fellowship over here. So how do you want to actually say that? What would you, if you were to combine all that together, what would you call it?
Nurturing.
We captured all under, we were working on a third one that was Christ-centered and not just worship. It was Christ with us daily, because not everyone believes that He's with us all the time. Christ with us daily, acting in our lives to support His mission.
Christ-like
Say that again.
Christ-like living.
Christ-like living. I think what we're trying to pull into this is we're trying to pull that we are a relational church, that we focus on building relationships within the body and outside, as well as the relationship with our God.
Nurturing relationships with our members and outside our church. And I don't know what else not saying.
But we have to put Christ because He's like this, like this. Yes.
How about Christ-centered relationships?
Yeah, I think does that sound good?
Yes.
Christ-centered relationships?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
We can talk about how we do that.
So we believe Christ is the center of our lives and relationships
With each other
and
others outside of our
and our community at large.
That's a big core value.
Yeah, it is.
That's too long. Cut it down.
Well, the core value is the core value is we are a relational
Very
church.
worthy.
All right, and then how we do that is the explanation.
That's what I told Dave.
All right. Anything else? Anything else jump out at you? So how many we got? We got 3.
So how do we write that last one?
What?
How did we?
We are a relational. Christ-centered relationships. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Does anything else kind of jump out at you?
We stand on the Word of God.
What's that?
We stand on the Word of God.
Yeah, I think that's in the explanation here on the doctrine one.
Yeah.
What about mission and outreach? Or mission?
So we are a missional church, and how do we do that?
Outreach.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are a missional church.
I think that's an aspirational.
You think that's aspirational? Okay.
We
Cross
certainly
that one
want
off.
That's probably right. Thank you.
we certainly want to do it, but it's been a
Actually,
hard
we
time.
maybe put at the bottom, maybe put aspirational, missional. And then you can also put evangelism and outreach as aspirational.
If it's a core value, can it be aspirational?
A core value can be aspirational, but it says it's not a core value yet. This is what we want to be.
So it kind of has an asterisk behind it. Has a footnote.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, and that's what I want to do, is I want to put down, aspirational values as well. So, all right. So what else do we see that kind of goes together?
Where do our current Bible studies, what's some of the doctrine? Is that all go under Lutheran doctrine?
I think that went under Lutheran doctrine.
Yeah, I did. Regina, what are the ones you've written down so far? Would you share with us?
We have Lutheran doctrine, prayer, and he said CREC, Christ-centered relationships, and then aspirational mission and outreach.
Thank you.
I think we're strong on Christ-centered worship. I think might not be up there on all of them, but we're definitely there.
Wasn't that our
That's
first
under our Lutheran doctrine. It kind of falls, those things that you got written fall under a variety of Lutheran doctrine, prayers, and
Christ-centered.
So one of the things we were just talking about was in many of these, it looks like you're going towards human care and mercy work, which is fulfilling missions for God's missions in the community. So how do you work in that human care and mercy work? Because there are several different ones here on how we see that in our community. And so I don't think it's outreach as much as it's in-reach, but how do you couch that in belief and supporting whatever needs are within the congregation or that are seen in the community.
We're reflecting Christ's love for others through our human care and mercy.
isn't that kind of, doesn't all that go to serving others?
Yeah.
Because it can kind of be in-reach and outreach?
So you think that's part of the relationship stuff, or?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I mean, because if we,
My watch is saying it's time to stand.
relationships between Christ and
My
our
watch
relationships,
says
meaning
it's time to stand.
So not to put you on the spot, Al, can you say that again?
Reflecting Christ's love through our human care and mercy works.
So,
and then the statement would be: we believe that we should care for others. Somebody help me.
Feel free to jump in anytime.
How about this? We believe that as followers of Christ, we need to care for others and reflect His love in practical ways through human care and mercy work.
That's what he was saying.
That's right. He took the words right out of my mouth.
So put that in the email.
Now we know where Rick gets his inspiration from.
That was inspired, not
What are you writing down? Writing down reflecting Christ's care. Is what she's writing down. And then we've got the explanation that Pastor Schlack had. It's going to be in his email.
That's interesting. Loving our neighbor. That loving Christ is loving our neighbor.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Loving our neighbor is loving Christ.
Well, no, what you define there is loving our neighbor.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I mean, I like the definition, but to me, the
I like
title
what
of
you
it.
said, though. We
So what
believe
is the
that
title?
loving Christ
It's
requires
reflecting-
us to love our neighbor, or
reflecting Christ.
Showing love to our neighbor shows love to our neighbor.
Did you just say love your neighbor as yourself?
Yeah. Love your neighbor as yourself.
Okay, so right now we've got 4 items now. 4 items, right?
4 and 1 aspiration.
We got 4, and well, we should also add those aspirationals. The evangelism, you got outreach. Mission
and outreach is one.
So we got 4. Okay, now these 4, do they reflect who we are? That's the question.
Pretty close.
And I would say too. I would say pretty close. You know, and I think by talking about these aspirational values, I think we recognize where as a body we fall short. Something we need to work on?
And where we want to go.
Absolutely, where we want to go. Absolutely.
I just, even though it doesn't seem to be something that is appearing a lot on the pages up there, I can't help but think that we don't want to leave the youth and children behind on something like this. And I think that it is something that we have done in the past, are doing through the preschool and the restarting of the Sunday school and things, and want to do in the future. So I wonder if we could put something like youth and children's focus.
Or to say
youth and children ministry?
To
say something like, well, I was messing around with it here. We believe that children are important to God, and we strive to bring them up to trust in Jesus as their Savior, to grow in knowledge of biblical doctrine, and to imitate Jesus in their lives.
Okay, good explanation. You say supporting youth Christian development, and then we support youth Christian development, and then we've got an explanation right there.
Or supporting youth.
Yeah, youth and Christian.
Well,
we need to
youth would be like anybody under 18.
Oh, yeah?
Does youth include child?
It does, but one of the things that he's saying is that if it's under 18, it would be youth. But I know we have split in the past between youth, and then we put child ministry, children's ministries, and then youth. So we've kind of split it up ourselves.
You could put children in parentheses after youth, including children or something. We could do something like that.
Or children can include all folks until
wordsmithing can be done by the planners.
That's right. That's right.
Wordsmithing can be done by someone else.
Don't give it to the pragmatists.
We got consensus on that.
What is the aspirational list then? What do you call it? Children and youth, what?
That is an
We call that
I call it youth and children ministry. He said development. I don't really care what you call it, as long as it.
I call it Christian. Well, we can add children in there, but it was youth and children Christian development.
And by saying that, we're not saying that the middle-aged and elderly are not important. But I think but I think there is something to be said for the fact that by far the largest percentage of people who are Christians became Christians when they were kids.
Yeah. Good point. And then they.
And I think that is a core value versus aspiration, because if you look at our church with the preschool, that's since its inception, it's been up, down, but we've always wanted that to continue. Same thing with, even though we didn't have the Bible classes for a while, we still think they're very important. We have to have them. Now, how you support that is one thing, but you see that as a need that you have to have. That's your core value. You will do this.
And I haven't been successful in bringing anyone here, but all the people that have talked to my age that do go to the Catholic Church, because we all have this weird period in our teenage years where we stop going. They go back because when they were a little kid, they remember that. They figure, that's why my life is so horrible. Yeah. So they go back, and then they're like, oh, that's a lot better.
Tell them they can come here and be happy. All right. So I think that's a good list. What we'll do is we'll see if we can, if there's someone we can consolidate or wait for Pastor Slack's email and see what he said on a lot of stuff. And and then we'll try to put that all together so everybody.
Are we going to publish it someplace?
Oh yeah, yeah, we'll publish it. I want to put it in somewhat final form before we do that.
Yeah.
I think an aspirational value would be to extend our children and youth ministry too.
That could be. That could be.
Aspirational.
Expand or extend, yeah. Expand or extend.
Well, following up on what you said, if you post these at the mall, you better mention youth and children at some point. What's this church about? They don't say anything about the youth and children.
That's true.
So we put it down.
Yeah.
Okay?
And we like old people too.
All right, you guys are getting punchy.
All children of God.
All children of God.
Yeah, that's good.
So one of the things I want to do is I really want to thank you all for coming out today. I think a lot was accomplished. I think the discussion that we had was good. I see us really starting now to start looking at that focus, especially as we looked at these core values, trying to discern at this time, even, before we even get to what our mission is and what our vision is, kind of the direction that God is leading us as a people. So what we're going to do is we'll move into the next phase of this at the next meeting, which is scheduled for, so you can save this date, Saturday, October 21st.
Oh, all right.
We're going
Saturday, October 21st.
We're going to
and we'll put it on the calendar. It's on the calendar already. Right, Virginia? I think it's on the calendar already. Yeah, the next one. I think it is. I think it is. On the, yeah, on the bigger calendar.
Before you close with make sure and thank probably Letitia.
I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't gotten that far yet. All right, so my plan is not to have as long a session next time. We will probably just go the morning. And what I'll do is I'll put the whole rest of the program together. We'll go as far as we can in the morning. We'll probably get through mission. And then we'll probably have a third one where we will get through vision. Okay? So, but again, it'll just be a morning session. And so as we prepare to close, I really would like to thank Steve and Letitia for putting together a wonderful lunch. And I would also like to thank all those that put together kind of goodies and snacks for us to lunch on here during the course of the day. So thank you very much. See, part of taking care of the body is taking care of the stomach. So appreciate that. All right, so any words of wisdom before we close, or we'll just close with the Lord's Prayer? You got something, maybe
I just think, look around. It's really interesting when you look at every single table. And when we look at all the different views, we probably learn something about each other and how we view things. And we've gotten those different thoughts from each other on how we see this congregation. And it may be slightly different with what we came in with, and how we see it a little different than we did before. So I think it's really neat the way the different groups kind of put together. And it shows up here too.
It does show up. So thank you all. So why don't we stand and close with the
Likes and dislikes. She's going to live with that.
Hey, I guess we're joining hands. Everybody, let's go ahead and join hands.
We do this in our Okay, you're stretching.
Okay, we all joined up here. Power of prayer. Let's pray. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Squeeze. Well, blessings on the rest of your day, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bible study starts at 9 o'clock. Worship at 10:30.